So, welcome back to a new episode. Today we're going to be focusing on the startup time on your computer. This particular computer has Windows Vista. So let's start off by actually turning it on. So obviously the computer doesn't start up as quickly as you just saw, but we're trying to get this going. So first off, you type in the password to the administrative account. That's the account that has to do all this stuff with. If you try it and guess, it's going to give you a Bing, this is not working thing. So we'll wait for this to turn on. Basically today we're going to go over 4 different ways of doing this. Obviously the first thing we're going to do is actually change the startup menu, like what pops up and things like that. So it looks like it's completely started. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't like this gadget thing right here that much. So for today I'm gonna get rid of that with the startup stuff. Close all these extra windows that might pop up and go down to the start menu. Type in Defender. I just type in DEF, it figured it out. So then you go up to Tools, and then you go down to Software Explorer, and that's going to open up the startup list. If you need some space, you can always maximize that, and then like bring these menus out so you can read all these different things that it tells you. And basically the classification, that's going to tell you what's starting up and what's not starting up. So since I know I don't like the startup on the side thing, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to hit disable over here. And it's going to ask me if I want to do that. I'm going to say yeah, and then the next time you log in or start up, the sidebar is not going to be there anymore. And this is basically where you find programs that you don't like popping up, like if you have an instant messenger that keeps on popping up, or you don't want your Skype to pop up immediately, you can shut that off here. Most of those programs also have the option in their preferences, but it's the easy way of finding it. So we took care of that, so we can close this, and we're going to go to option number 2. Option number 2 is going to be disk defragmenting. To do that, you just type in disk. It'll probably be the second option, disk defragmenting. Basically what this is going to do, you might get this, it's going to say, do you want to open this program? You're going to say yeah, because that's what you want to do. Basically what a disk defragment does is when a computer writes things to a hard disk, it puts it in any available place. So if you have one file, it might be saved in 6 different spots on the hard drive. So what you want to do is put them all together in one spot, so when you're reading it, it's going to be quicker. So basically you can select the hard drive. Since this is a laptop, this only has one drive, but you always want to check. So I'm going to click on this one. OS, that's fine. You can declick those, it doesn't matter. Hit cancel. And then hit defragment now. It's going to double check with you again what drive is going to be there. And then you hit OK. And it's going to start doing this thing. Obviously, depending on the fragmentation of your drive, it's going to take, like it says on here, between a few minutes to a few hours. So if it's looking pretty bad, I might say you want to do this overnight, come back in the morning. But yeah, that's option number 2. I'm going to close this right now because this would be a very long episode. I went all the way through, so let's close that. Another option is deleting the cache on your browser for the internet. This particular computer has Internet Explorer, so we're going to open that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to reset the cache, basically empty out all the little cookies and things that you've accumulated over the past however long it is. On most of these programs will be under the tools options here, so you're going to click on tools here, internet options. For things like Firefox, I believe it's under privacy, but for Internet Explorer it's under advanced right here. And there's this big reset button at the bottom. And I'm just going to hit reset. It's going to clear everything, your cache, your cookies, all that stuff. And this gives you a little menu of what it's doing right now. If it takes a while, that means you have quite a lot of stuff just on the hard drive, just waiting for you. And in most cases, it might be from a website you just went to one time, so get rid of that stuff. You can also be selective about it, but it'll be up to you. So I'm going to close that since our cache is empty. It should be really fast right now. And then there are some other options like hardware upgrading. You can always put more RAM into your computer, especially if it's an older computer. And that's going to really bump up the startup time as well. Aside from that, make sure you have all your updates on your computer, Windows updates and things like that, and it's definitely a good idea to run antivirus checks and spyware checks. And yeah, that's pretty much it.